and here is my sweet cream or sweet corn casserole. 14 little circles out of this. Oh my gosh, that's 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. And here we are. I didn't think it was gonna pop up that easily. I gotta get to chopping those onions. And you know what I forgot on my plate? A piece of sausage. Putting this on top. And oh my gosh, these are delicious. Isn't that cute? And there, that's the finished one. I wish I had videotaped in there. Howdy everyone, this is Tricia and welcome to my channel. Today I will be creating for you a Dollar Tree inspired snowflake candle holder. Now before I go ahead and show you what the supplies are going to be for this and we get to creating, I just want to say one little thing. I know that my videos have been very long these past few weeks. I have been doing some special Christmas decorations and I've been doing them twice a week for you on Tuesdays and Fridays. Normally I do crafts on a Tuesday and a food recipe on Friday, but I changed it up for the holidays because I really wanted them to be special. Now some of these videos have been very long and I've had a couple of people say, hey, you need to shorten up your videos. Yes, I probably do, and I have, because my videos, when I do them, probably about 2 hours long, and I do a lot of cutting and a lot of editing to remove a lot of stuff from them, but I really can't make them any shorter because my idea is to not only inspire but to instruct. My videos are for that purpose, and for people not to just get ideas from me and share them, but to learn something from them. And the only way that I can do that is to do step by step and give you little details of things. There's going to be a lot of people that are watching the videos who are very crafty and they're just looking for ideas. You can just skip right over after all the supplies and just say, hey, this is what I used and this is what I made. But there's going to be all those people who don't know how to put that together in between. And yes, I could say glue this, glue that, stick this in there, wire it up, but they really need the little details. And that's my intention. If I don't do that, then I'm not providing what I say I want to provide. That being said, I'm hoping this video will not be an hour long. So let's get to it. Okay, the supplies that I'm going to need are from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to be using these little long candle holders, or little tea light holders. And I'm going to be doing 2 of them. And I'm also going to be using this little mini hurricane lamp. It's got a little crackle to the glass. This 3-pack of snowflakes. Now I'm only going to be using 2 of them. I'm going to be using the garland, little mini garland ties, and I'm going to use 2 of those. Some of this faux snow. And I also have left over this little packet. It was 6 of snowflake ornaments. And I'm going to use a couple of those. I'm going to be using some ribbon, possibly some of this diamond wrap that you also find at the Dollar Tree. Now my ribbon is not from the Dollar Tree. It is from Hobby Lobby. They do have ribbons at the Dollar Tree. You can pick whatever you like. I happen to be using this one because it goes with the rest of my decor. Okay, you're going to be needing your glue gun, glue sticks, wire cutters, and scissors. Also, because I haven't mentioned this, I'm going to need some little candles. I got these also from the Dollar Tree. You can use their little tea lights, the little white ones, or the little taller kind of votive style. But I'm going to use these, and I believe I'm going to need some AAA batteries for these. So I'm going to go and grab that, and then we'll get to creating. All right, I've got all my items prepared. I've gone ahead and cleaned any stickers off of my glassware, and I use this product called Glue Gun. I've used it before. This is awesome. It removes all the stickiness, and it has a nice citrus scent, so if you're sensitive to smells, this is awesome. And any rags or paper towels that you use to wipe and clean with this, if you set them down on any table, it's not going to do any damage. So I just recommend this instead of using like a nail polish remover or acetone or item like that. Okay, now these little batteries was a pack of 2. It said it required 2 AA batteries. It didn't say each one, so I assumed it was just 2 AA batteries, but it's actually 2 AA batteries on each one. So I've gone ahead and I've put them in there, and then all I had to do was screw it, and the light turns on. There we go. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to screw it a little bit to turn it off for now. It comes with this little base here where it just goes in nice and cozy so it doesn't move around. This I'm going to glue it inside of our votive holder, so I'm going to put those aside for now because I want to do this to fit the decor of my home. But I also want to do this in a kind of a glitzy glamour way, so I'm going to do one in my style, and I'm going to do one in a glitzy kind of blinged out way. Okay, not too blinged out, but it's going to be blinged out. So I'm going to make 2 different ones. Okay, so let's do my style first, and then we'll do the blingy because I feel like a lot of people like blingy. So I have these snowflakes, and I'm going to use 2 from that 3-pack. My idea was to glue this on here And then just to glue this right on top, which would be awesome. And I'm going to do that for the second one. But for the one where I'm going to be putting some of this stuff in there, I'm going to actually go ahead and break these off and do this a little different way. So let's go ahead and do that. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to break them off right at this point where I just have these little bits. And I'm going to go ahead and cut all of them off. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. So I'll be right back after I've cut them all off. All right, I'm back and I've cut all these little pieces and I've just kind of set them here so that we can have them here on the side. And I've got all these items. So the first thing I'm going to do on this one, I'm going to go ahead and glue this little mini hurricane lamp. It's sort of a hurricane lamp shape, that's why I'm calling it that, onto this candle holder. So I'm going to be using my E6000 glue, and I'm going to also be using my hot glue gun. The E6000 because I want it to have a good bond and it won't come off, because the glue gun is not very good at keeping glass stuck together. It comes off so easily. So I'm only going to be using the glue gun to get a quick bond, but for a permanent bond I'm going to be adding my E6000. Okay, let's get this glue popping out of here. And just some little dots here and there. Any little bits that fall in, just pick them up. Okay. This is going to be hidden, so don't worry about it dripping inside. Or even on the outside, actually. But just try to do as careful a job as you can. Now I'm using some hot glue on the outer edge here. And I'm going to put the little jar right on it. Try to center it as much as I can. There we go. So there we go. That already looks pretty. Okay, gotta get some of that glue off my fingers, so I'm using my little napkin that's soaked in Goo Gone. And there we go. And that's what you want. You want that bond right there. Okay, we're gonna put that one here. And now we're gonna prepare the other one. Now before I put this on here, I'm going to put this diamond wrap around the edge here. So I'm going to put little dots of my E6000. And I'm going to put dots of my glue gun. I have a little fan going, so I'm trying to do this kind of quick so that the glue from the glue gun doesn't dry too quickly on here. And I'm just going to trim it right where it meets up with the other part. Now it may not meet up perfectly because this part here has a little bit of an angle, so it's not going to fit perfectly. So just get it on there as best as you can. And if you have to overlap it a little bit, that's fine. But right this little part here, I'm going to remove a little bit more of the little stones because I don't need them, because it closes up just fine. A little dot of glue in there to make sure it's all held in. So that's what you want to do. Look how pretty that looks. A little shine on that. Okay, now I like to put some on the edge, on the top here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure about how long that's going to be, how much I'm going to need around. But I'm not going to use this whole bit. Okay, I'm just going to cut into one line, because as you can see, it's in little strips. It has, 5 rows, and I'm only going to use 1 row. So I'm just going to cut in at the length of that 1 row and then go cutting down and trim that off, because it's really neat. This can be cut in so easily because it's just being held on by little strings. And you can cut right into it. And then I can just get that one little roll that I need. And I'm just going to go ahead and just use my glue gun just so we can kind of quickly do this. Little glue on the edge there. Put the trim right on there. And work my way around. Easy as that. And the reason that I'm just putting glue on this is because I want to be able to remove this and go ahead and do it like my other one. And I'm not using the E6000 on this part. I did over here, and I probably just should have used a glue gun so I could have removed it, but I'm going to cover it with garland anyway. So I'm not going to worry about it. And actually, this E6000 needs about, 8 hours, or probably best overnight to let it dry. So I might be able to just rip this right off of here and decorate it the way that I like it. Okay, look at that. Just like that is really pretty. You don't have to put the snowflake on it. You can just do it like that. It makes a nice little candle holder. But I'm going to put the snowflake on there. So I'm going to be using a combination of my E6000 again and my glue gun. So little dots. Oh, here, let me remove the excess that's kind of squirting out of it. I'm almost running out. I'm going to have to go get myself another little tube of this because I love this glue. Now this glue does have a scent, so make sure that you use it in a ventilated area. Now the Dollar Tree does have a super glue. It's called I think it's a Fix-All adhesive or something like that. The only thing for me, the scent was a little too strong. I couldn't take it, even if I was in a ventilated area. I couldn't take the smell or scent, whatever you want to refer to it as. I ended up deciding that I'm going to pay a little bit extra for my glue gun, which I got from Hobby Lobby, but you can get it like at Michael's. I believe they have it at Walmart, crafts, you know, places that have glues and such. I don't know if they have it at the Dollar Tree. I heard that at the Dollar Tree they do have a little tiny little tube of it, but not at my Dollar Tree, so I don't know about that. Okay, so I put on glue gun on there, and I'm going to put some hot glue also, so again, that quick bond. Put it on there. Could have done the same over here and put the snowflake this way, but I want to do a little something different just so you can see that you can do it different ways. Okay? So there we go. That goes on like that. Actually, I'm really liking this. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit more glue on my E6000 so I get it on top of the flake where I know that the votive holder is going to touch. So get that on there. And then also with my glue gun, right where I know that the votive is going to be touching, which is that edge of that. There we go. Right there. Just press down on it and look at that. Isn't that pretty with that snowflake on there? Okay, this one over here, I'm going to put a garland around the edge here. So I'm just going to measure this to fit all the way around and just a little tiny bit where it can be twisted together. Okay, so this part is, I'm going to end up pulling it apart if I'm not careful. Okay, I'm going to put some glue so that the that garland can have something to grab onto. Okay, and I'm probably going to put 2 rows of it because I want it to be nice and full. Now, one thing about these little things is you're going to have to like kind of fluff it up by rubbing it around like that so the leaves aren't all flat. Okay, let's do this again. Let it stick. And then I'm going to use my wire cutters to trim it. And right where it's meeting up, I'm going to twist it together. There we go. Just like that. But I'm going to do another little row underneath. And I'm going to end up busting this part off because I keep moving it. Let me fix that. My little garland keeps wanting to go over and on top, so it's pushing this votive holder off. Okay, let's get some more glue on here and put it back on. There we go. All right. Okay, I'm going to get another one, so I'm going to use 2 of these. Now, you can leave it like that and just do 1 row, but I want it to be nice and full, so I'm going to use 2. Again, I'm going to measure around, and I'm just going to cut it a little bit. I'm going to use this piece to kind of help me with my measurement, but I'm going to go a little bit bigger, just a tiny bit, just to make sure that I'm at the right size. And the same place where I twisted it back over here to meet, I'm going to do the same thing. Meet up again and twist. Twist them together. Now, so it doesn't slide around on me, I'm going to put some glue on. I should have put the glue on before, but I'm doing it now because I wanted to get my hands on there and I didn't want to get burned. So it's always okay to do this and then put in the glue after. And see how nice and full that is now, and it's nice and covered. That's what I wanted to achieve. Now, these little pieces of the snowflake, the little tips that I cut off, I can now glue them in into my little wreath. Rather than having them up here like this one, I'm just going to do something different, and I'm going to put them over here. And I'm really liking that look at that. So I may just go get me 2 more of these cracked glass if I can find them. Hopefully they're not sold out. Get me 2 more of those because I do have 2 more of these little long candle holders. And create the pairs. It's always nice to have little pairs. And I'm kind of gluing them in right between the 2 little garlands that I put. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to go around and put those on there and then put these guys right in between. And I will be back with that finished product. All right, I've glued on all the little edges of the snowflake that I've cut off. And I've just glued them here and there on my garland. So they create that little snowflake effect. Now, I could have done the same thing, like I said, glued it in here and then put the garland just underneath it, but I wanted to try something different, so I went ahead and I cut them and did that. So there's just 2 ways that you can do this, and the ideas obviously can alternate. Now, as far as putting bling on here and then also adding garland. Now, this one I would probably do it just as it is. I wouldn't cut these bits because then it's going to be harder to get them to stick on there. Here, at least I had the garland where I could actually glue them on, and as you can see, they're a little flexy, and that's fine. And I think it looks really pretty. So now to this one, I want to go ahead and add a little plaid bow. So I'm just going to take some ribbon. I'm going to put these over to the side a little bit here. And I am going to make a little ribbon, a little bow. And so I'm going to cut about 4 inches of floral wire that I don't think I mentioned. And I'm using, this is a 22 gauge floral wire. I think in some videos I said it was a 20, but it's a 22, and that's what I've been using in all my videos so far. So I'm going to be running out of this pretty soon, and I'll need to get some more. Okay, so I'm going to go about maybe 3 inches here, do a little pinching here, make a little loop, pinch it again, and then I'm going to twist and make another loop in the opposite direction, and then I'm just going to bring them up and make sure they're the same size, and they are. So then I can just pinch it and just twist. And the only reason that I'm twisting is to keep that pinch nice and tight in there because this ribbon doesn't seem to have a right side or a wrong side. So then it won't matter, but I am twisting it anyway. And I'm going to do a 5 loop bow. I think that's enough. It's really small, but it's big compared to the item here. So just cut that off right there. Grab your wire, twist it around, and twist your little bow. And then I'm just going to kind of fold it in half. From the center fold up to the edges, cut a little triangle. And then I get that little chevron cut like that. And then I'll do the same to the other side. If you want to know how to make these bows, I do have a video. It's called Create and Handmade Bows. You can check that out on my channel. And I'll try to put the link. I'll remember because I think I forgot in a few videos to link that, but I do have a video. And there we go, little bow. So then the back of this wire here that I've had sticking out, I'm just going to twist it, and then I'm going to use little needle nose pliers here. And you could trim that off, of course, but I'm going to create a little bit of a twirl and push it down flat onto that. And the reason that I do that is because I want to have surface to put some glue on, so the glue doesn't just go all over the ribbon, but it has something to actually have the glue for it to catch on, and then when I put it on there, there's a base, if you will. Okay, so I just put some glue on there and just stick it anywhere, any side you like, and look at that. And if you want it, you can put 2 of them, put 1 on each side. But I'm just going to put it on one side. I think it looks really pretty, just like that. I could get some little berries, put some over on this side, and a little pine cone, which I think I will do. And I'm going to add that on. Now, the next thing I also want to do is I have these little snowflakes. And I think on this one, I'm just going to glue it up here to the front. And I think on this one, I'm going to glue it into my little bow here. So I'm going to get some glue here, right on the edge, and anywhere could be my front, really. I just happen to choose the side that is facing you to be my front. So right on the edge, right here, I've glued that little snowflake down. See? And you could actually put a whole bunch of them all the way around if you really wanted to add a whole bunch to it, but I think one is just fine. And it's going to be facing off a little bit to the side. Here's my bow. Put a little bit of glue on my flake. Oops. And just stick it in there just so it sticks somewhere onto the ribbon, just so that it grabs on. Be very careful. Try not to move it around so much, let the glue dry. And there you go, I've got a pretty little snowflake right in there. So the next thing I want to do is I actually want to put my candles in my votives, or the little mini hurricane lamps as I was calling them. And I've got my little candles here, and I've already gone ahead and put them onto the little base. They just snap right in, twist it so that the light can come on. Now what you can do, and I showed you that faux snow, little balls of snow. And they have a finer one there at the Dollar Tree. So you don't like this bigger little balls, you can use a finer one. But I like this one. I think it looks cute. And then you can just go in there, put it in there, and then put the little balls in there. I already had them in there because I was testing out something that didn't work out, because I thought maybe I'd had another alternative for you. And but anyway, this works out. That other alternative, I'll create something for you with it, because I still like the idea. I just have to figure out how I'm going to do that. If you want to know real quick, I have these icicles and they light up. They're so pretty. Look at that. And I want to use these also in here, but I got to figure out how I'm going to get them to get, you know, to stay firm in there, because they obviously have a rounded bottom, but I need to be able to pull them out to turn them off and on. So I'm going to be figuring that out, and we'll see that probably in a video in the future. Now, what you can do is you can just set them in there and fill it in with the little balls, and then you can remove them. So if you did want to use an actual candle in there, you can, and you can interchange them, or you can go ahead and just go ahead and, let me tighten this up to get that little light on. Put a little bit of glue on there, drop it in the center, and let it stick. And what you can do, once it's stuck on there, you can also actually twist it, and it'll turn off, and then just twist it back to get it to turn on. It's simple as that. And then all you got to do is put some little snowballs. I actually put it into this jar because I was pouring it out of the bag, and the little balls just went everywhere. What I like about gluing it down is that I can actually move this around and level off the little balls, or you can go in there with your fingers. But you have two alternatives here. You can either glue it down or just have it up here just like that. And that's basically it. I think I'm going to decorate this a little more, put a little pine cone and some berries on here, and show you that end result. But this one I'm going to leave it just as it is, but I am going to glue that little base down to the bottom so it doesn't wiggle around on me. And that's it. I hope you liked my little tutorial. I hope you were inspired to create something of your own. And as you can see here, there's two different ideas. You can go anywhere with this. If you don't want to put the snowflake on there, just create it as I showed you before. So you have this really nice little blingy candle holder and use it for any occasion. This would also be great for a New Year's Eve centerpiece, because, you know, it's still got the flakes. Even, what is it, Frozen theme? You know, that cartoon, all little kids like that, little animated movie. You can use that for that kind of a theme. Anyway, there you go. You can use it for anything. So I hope you were inspired. I hope you like it. Give me a big old thumbs up and leave a nice comment down below. As always, thank you very much to all the new subscribers. But if you haven't subscribed, just push that little red button or my little icon that's right around here somewhere, and you'll be subscribed. And there's also a little bell, a little notification bell that you can also click on, so it'll let you know when my videos are coming on, if you really do enjoy them. Thank you very much. And don't forget to share on your social medias. And as always, enjoy.